Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. So today I am doing a makeup collaboration with a whole bunch of other ladies here on the platform. It is a decade collaboration. We started with the 1980s. So today we're going to be doing the 1970s. It is a inspired eyeshadow makeup look for the 1970s. I'll be doing my makeup first and then I will touch up my hair so that we look good for the 1970s. I even have my like bell-bottom sleeves. Like I kind of feel like this definitely mimics the 1970s when it was more pastel, not so vibrant of a color, more bohemian. So that's the look that we are going for today. When I was doing research for this video, I hopped upon glamourdays.com and it actually does a breakdown of makeup in the 1970s and like the 5 key points of makeup from the 1970s. So I thought that was a really good starting off point. And then I found a inspirational photo that I'm going to take and create a makeup look from. The 5 key points of the 1970s. The first one is shimmer shadows. They are used on the lids with mascara on the top and bottom lashes. So shimmer shadows. Eyebrows are kept natural. Basically, they put a brush through them and they tamed it with like clear mascara, maybe hairspray. For the face, they used light liquid formula and opalescent and pearl powders that are used for a healthy glow. So something super natural, super glowy. And then they used bronze powders that are applied liberally all over the face, and then berry shades on the apples of the cheeks. And then for the lips, they used shiny clear gloss or pink and nude pearl lipsticks to coat the lips. Today we're going to be working off of this image here. This is my inspiration for today's makeup look, even down to the hair. Yes, I'm going to try and find a really cool headband thingy. So she has a very subtle like green shimmer eyeshadow look going. She has a very natural, smooth complexion, super glowy, and really pretty like glossy nude lips. So that's what we're going for today. This is kind of like a flower child look, but it's like very true 1970s makeup. Actually, this makeup kind of reminds me of today with the muted tones, a little bit natural of a skin look. So I've chosen 2 palettes to use for today because I want to dabble in a little bit of color. So the first one, which is totally fitting with like the whole 70s vibe, is the Garden Variety palette. And this green is definitely calling to me for this eyeshadow look. And then the second palette that I want to use today is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Subculture palettes, because there are some really great green matte shades in here that I want to use as well to create this eyeshadow look. Give it some like green depth that this photograph like shows. So I already put my primer on, and first we're going to do the eye makeup so that we can get a clean color across the board, and then I want to do my face makeup, and then we will go into, hair, because my hair is a little bit crazy. So I've been thinking about chopping it again, like making it a cute little bob, or should I grow it out? Leave a comment below. I want to know, because I'm not into like the length that it's at right now. We're going to use, this is actually the Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer, but I actually want to use this as my eyeshadow primer today. I think it's going to make a good like natural base because it has the hyaluronic acid. It should help like with a natural base around my eye without giving it too much of like that full coverage, because they're more of a natural look when it comes to the 1970s. So we're just going to put this on as my base for my eye. It has enough of that tinted moisturizer that it'll even out my complexion on my eyes, get rid of, anything, and then it creates a really nice tacky base. So we're even putting this on my under eye. So it'll plump the under eyes. It'll also plump some of my, crow's feet that I have here. And then we're going to dive into the Subculture palette. So from what I was reading and what I was looking at from 1970s makeup, they don't really do like the full all the way up to the brow. It's mostly on the lids. The lids are where it's located, and it's just shimmer shades. So because we're getting that whole green vibe from the photo that I chose, we're going to be using mostly like the green shades in here that are matte, and I'm just going to lay them down as a base color, and then I want to put the shimmers on top. So we're going to go in with a IT Cosmetics dual ended. This is just the fluffy side of the dual ended, and we're going to use Untamed, which is this green color right here, and it's a darker green. It's actually kind of almost like green blue with more of a green undertone. So let's place this all over the lid. And because they mostly had shimmer shades on their lids and they didn't actually do, you know, anything up near the eyebrow, we're just going to be concentrating this on the lid. We're slowly going to build this up just like all over the lid. We're not going to make it like super, super dark because the eyeshadow look that I chose isn't really, really dark, but we really just want to get that blend in there. Okay, now that we have that green base down, we're going to use the Garden Variety palette, and I really just want to focus on this green color here because they focused on mostly shimmer shades, and this eyeshadow look had a little bit of like the dark green, but also, you know, a little bit of the light green as well. So this is going to be a very interesting eye look. We're just going to take a fluffy brush at first because I just want to give this, you know, a light dusting, a natural coat. And it's called Best Buds from the Garden Variety palette. Oh, wow, that's already like super pigmented. Lots of fallout. That's why we did my eyeshadow first. So next, to brighten it up a little bit more, we're going to be using this color here. It's called Electric, and it's a very like duochrome shade. I love this shade. It's so pretty. We're just going to pack this on top of Best Buds. Really going for that shimmer eyeshadow look today. We're going to clean up everything on the lid, and I'm going to use this color here. It is called Dawn, and it's just a very light skin tone color. We're just going to clean up the line right here and then bring it up into the eyebrow. So we're starting at the eyebrow and then bringing it down so that we don't bring that shimmer shade all the way up to the eyebrow. We're going to hold off on the eyes for a moment before we put on like mascara and all that stuff. I want to do my base. So let's do the base. I've already put on a hydrating primer, and then I also put on the Pretty Fresh tinted moisturizer. I feel like it gives like a really great like base for my foundation to stick to, and it's also going to give me that dewy look. Two face products we're going to be using today. I'm going to be using the e.l.f. This is the Hydrating Camo Concealer, and then this is the Covergirl Skin Milk. So lately, what I've been doing is putting on the concealer first. And what this does is it just literally, it conceals everything, obviously. And then I will put on the Skin Milk on top of that, and it creates a very flawless, dewy, light coverage finish. And this is perfect for the 1970s because that's what they used to do. So we're going to take my damp sponge and we are going to use the CoverGirl Skin Milk. Usually I've just literally been dropping it on a sponge or a brush, and then I apply it directly to my face without blending in the concealer because it all blends together and it creates a really good like medium coverage look. And then to set it down, just to kind of like make sure it's going to stick, we're going to use a foundation, and I'm just going to do like a super light coating on my face. So like this, just so we keep the dewiness, but it just sets down the foundation well. And then, like it said on Glamour Days, they had a very, very light bronze, nothing like super over the top, not anything contoury. It was just a little bit of something. So we're putting on a Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and we're just warming up the face just like super naturally. And then for blush, it said like a cherry tone or like a really dark tone just on the apples of the cheeks. So I'm going to be using my Cover FX blush. This one is the Monochrome Blush Duo. I have a matte and I have a shimmer. They really emphasize on like shimmer face products as well. So we're going to be using mostly the shimmer shine. I'm going to be using mostly the shimmer side of this and just concentrating it on the apples of the cheek. We're going to bring it back just a little bit to kind of like diffuse it out, but most of that color is concentrated right on the apple of the eye. The apple of the eye. The apple of the cheek. Before we put the highlight on, I'm going to spray my face. We're just going to be using the Mario Badescu Aloe, Herbs, and Rosewater. This should give me a really nice like dewy finish instead of a matte finish. Then for highlight, we're using the Essence Be My Highlight. This is their Pure Nude highlighter. This one's very subtle, very pretty, very skin-like, and it doesn't texturize at all. Now I want to finish up the eyes. I want to do the under eyeshadow because in the photograph she kind of has like a matte, but then there's like a shift to, like you can see that there's a shimmer on the under eye and the lash line as well. Like she does have shadow there, so I really, really want to put some shadow on the lower lash line. And in the photograph it looks more like a shimmer color than what it does an actual matte color. But it's like darker on the outside and then it works its way into a lighter color. So we are going to dip back into the Subculture palette for the under eyes, and I want to take this color here. It's Destiny, and I'm using an Alter Ego number 4 brush. I'm going to use this to shade the lash line. So we're going to do dark on the outside, like the photograph. We're going to bring some of that Destiny actually up right here, so it's kind of like a flawless transition from the upper lash line to the lower. Then I'm going to take Best Buds, the green color. This is just going to go focused on the center of the lower lash line. We're just going to stamp this in. And then using the same brush, we're going to use Electric. And this is going to be on the inner part of the lower lash line. And then once we get Electric on the lower lash line, we're actually just going to take the brush and sweep this all together. Now, in the photograph, I'm kind of feeling like she has an inner corner highlight. She does not have an upper brow bone highlight, which is totally fine. It's mostly the shimmer concentration on the bottom of the lashes. So we are going to dip into the Garden Variety palette. I want to use Wavelength, which is a really, really light. This is a great inner corner highlight color. So I'm going to use a Moda detailing brush, and we're going to use Wavelength, and this is just going to go on the inner corner. I feel like she has an inner corner highlight in that photograph. Oh yeah, that color mixed with the other green colors, it really makes the eyes pop. Then for the eyebrows, we're going to wet down my brush here with the Aloe Herbs and Rosewater spray, and we're just going to comb these, set them into place. That's all they did. They combed them, set them into place. They didn't put any kind of filler in. They just had really natural, wispy looking eyebrows. And as far as I can tell, she doesn't really have a type of like eyeliner on the bottom, but I do want to put an eyeliner on. It's a white eyeliner, and it'll make the eyes like pop a little bit on the tight line of the bottom part of my lash. So I just want to tight line with this white on the lower lashes. This is a NYX Cosmetics white eyeliner. So it just makes my eyes pop a little bit more. It gives more of that like natural look to it, but it's a little bit of that green like flower child. And we're going to finish off with some mascara. I'm going to use the 18-Hour Volume Stylist mascara from Essence Cosmetics. I'm hoping this will give me the fanned out lashes that I see in that photograph, because they're not fake, they're real. So far, this is the look. We're going to finish off with lips, and they do like a natural glossy lip. So the first thing I'm going to use is a lip suede. This is from Deck of Scarlet, and it is called Into the Woods, and this is a very nude shade, and then I'm going to finish off with a gloss on top. See how nude that is? This is Dominique Cosmetics. It is the Strawberry Lemonade, and this is a gloss, and I think it'll give that really great like pink lip that we are searching for. The nude color is a great base. So next is the hair, which it's slightly curled already, but what I was noticing about the hair from the 1970s is that it all curls away from your face, and it's like super loose and super like flower child, like natural, kind of natural, but kind of not at the same time. It is not poofy like the 80s curls. It's more like sleek and slender. So we're going to take out my bobby pins here. Usually their hair would be parted down the middle, but my hair is already parted to the side. So we're just going to leave it parted to the side like that. Then we're going to be doing some straightener curls. And this is the Lash Aplitair straightener, and it is a 1-inch straightener. And this makes like great like little straightener curls. So that is what we are going to do. They're going to be, or as close to be, as tight curls as possible. So you're going to take a strand like so. And voila. So yeah, all their hair just like curls away from their face. And then the under portions, I'm actually going to curl toward my face. Okay, so I don't have any kind of like natural bohemian type of headband, so we're going to be using a scarf, but it does match my outfit decently well, and we're going to do this exactly the way that the headband is done in the photo. But I think for like if you're doing this for Halloween, or even if you just want to be a little bit fun, so you can use this. And we're going to, what I did was I twisted it to make it thinner, and then we're going to wrap it around You want it tight enough that it's going to sit on your face, but you want it loose enough where it's not going to be like a hindrance to your hair. So the next two things I'm going to use on my hair just to kind of lock it in and get rid of some of the frizz. We have the Heat Shield, which this one I used in my hair prior to doing this, but we're going to use it again because it has keratin in it and it'll actually just kind of get rid of some of the fuzziness, and it smells really good. And then we're going to be using, this is a Pantene Pro V. This is a hairspray as well. It's an extra hold one, so this will definitely lock in everything. And then if you feel like the headband isn't secure enough, you could always put like bobby pins in or something. But this is what we are looking at right now. So I kind of look like a flower child. I feel like this is a really like, this could be like one of those looks that you do for like Halloween if you really just want to kind of glam it up a little bit more with like the headband and a little bit more dramatic of hair. Don't know how they got her headband to sit so nicely without making it look like it's like really constraining her hair. But in any case, here's my 1970s look inspired by a photograph from the 1970s. So a little bit more, you know, on the like flirty side with the headband and the pink, but also very natural, but you know, using some shimmer colors on your eyes just like they did in the 1970s. Really inspired by this photograph that I decided to do. So here you go, guys. If you like this video, give it a good thumbs up, subscribe to my channel so you guys can see the next decade look that we are doing, and I will also post down below a playlist for you guys so you can see the rest of the decade looks from the 1970s, and I will catch you guys later. Bye!